Look up at the night sky. Thousands of stars, each a distant sun, perhaps with planets of its own. Do you ever wonder, why are we here on this small planet spinning through the vastness of space? What is the point of it all, this life, this universe, this existence? The question echoes through millennia. It is a question that has haunted philosophers, captivated theologians, and driven scientific exploration. These questions have puzzled humanity for centuries, and while there may not be straightforward answers, exploring different perspectives can help us better understand our beliefs and the world around us to form new beliefs derived by the evidence. Welcome to our channel. As seen from our latest video, we have uncovered the topic of truth, which is a crucial factor in deciding which perspective of meaning of life to follow. Now that we do understand that truth does exist and is objective, let's go through the main perspectives on the meaning of life to explore and form new beliefs based on the evidence, which are scientific, philosophical, and religious views. Most of the answers provided come from either of these three main perspectives. So to explore and examining these three will tremendously help us on this journey of meaning. Let's start by exploring what they are. Science is a rigorous, systematic endeavor that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the world. Philosophy is a systematic study of general and fundamental questions concerning topics like existence, reason, knowledge, value, mind, and language. Religion is a range of social cultural systems, including designated behaviors and practices, morals, beliefs, worldviews, texts, sanctified places, prophecies, ethics, or organizations that relate humanity to supernatural, transcendental, and spiritual elements. So that's what they are, but now let's see their interconnections. Science and religion. Scientific discoveries can deepen religious awe and appreciation of creation, while religious beliefs can provide ethical guidance on scientific advancements. Science and philosophy. Philosophical inquiry can interpret scientific findings, addressing their broader implications for human life and morality. Philosophy and religion. Philosophical reasoning can clarify and support religious beliefs, and religion can provide the existential answers that philosophy seeks. All provide their methodology and their goals on knowledge itself. Then the question finally arises, which out of these perspectives is fitting for the meaning of life? For that, we have to designate certain topics in debate. What more than the question of God's existence? And if God doesn't exist, we can rule out religion out of the perspectives, as then it's not a true way of living. Then the question arises, does God exist? Let's glide through arguments against God's existence. 1. Logical problem of evil. Premise. If an omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omniscient God exists, then evil should not exist. Premise. Evil exists. Conclusion. Therefore, such a God does not exist. 2. Euthyphro dilemma. Premise. Is something good because God commands it, or does God command it because it is good? Conclusion. Either horn of the dilemma presents problems for the concept of God as the source of morality. 3. Argument from incoherence. Premise. The concept of God is incoherent, e.g., omnipotence paradox: can God create a stone so heavy that he cannot lift it? Conclusion. Therefore, an incoherent being cannot exist. 4. Argument from non-belief divine hiddenness. Premise. If an all-loving God exists, he would make his existence evident to everyone. Premise. Some reasonable non-believers do not find sufficient evidence for God's existence. Conclusion. Therefore, an all-loving God does not exist. 5. Scientific explanations. Premise. Naturalistic explanations, e.g., evolution, Big Bang, can account for phenomena traditionally attributed to divine action. Conclusion. Therefore, the necessity for a divine being is reduced. Now let's see arguments for God's existence. 1. Kalam cosmological argument. Premise. Everything that begins to exist has a cause. Premise. The universe began to exist. Conclusion. Therefore, the universe has a cause. 2. Teleological argument. Premise. The universe exhibits intricate design and purpose. Conclusion. Therefore, there must be an intelligent designer God. 3. Plantinga's modal ontological argument. Premise. It is possible that a maximally great being exists. Premise. If it is possible that a maximally great being exists, then a maximally great being exists in some possible world. Premise. If a maximally great being exists in some possible world, then it exists in every possible world, including the actual world. Conclusion. Therefore, a maximally great being exists in the actual world. 4. Moral argument. Premise. If God does not exist, objective moral values and duties do not exist. Premise: objective moral values and duties do exist. Conclusion: therefore God exists. 5. Argument from religious experience. Premise: many people have experiences that they interpret as encounters with the divine. Conclusion: therefore these experiences provide some evidence for the existence of God. Well, that's that we have seen the arguments on the colossal question, does God exist? Scientists, philosophers, and theologians have been arguing back and forth about whether God exists for millennia. We can go arguing on and on and on, but to make things clear is to go at it with the root cause in mind, which is the perspectives through which we get the arguments and that which we have gone through. To answer that, we must understand the facts in terms of answering existential questions. By definition, science only explains how things happen if observable by the scientific method. At the same time, philosophy investigates the existential questions. Religion offers comprehensive worldviews that provide meaning believed in faith. So in terms of answering the question, only religion and science have supposed answers while philosophy just investigates the question. We need to take into account that both science and religion, in terms of these questions, have to be taken in by faith, as again, by definition, science only deals with the physical, which in the question of God has only theories, while religion is already comprised of faith and evidence. Either you put faith in God's existence or put faith in the theories of man. But by examining the arguments for God's existence, and the more you learn about it, the more you understand we humans, despite growing in civilization, have limited knowledge, and for something to examine such as God, that won't work. Personally, I believe God does exist with considerate attention to the arguments, and faith is a more plausible stance than putting faith in man's theories for such an indigestible question as God's existence. Though all perspectives provide the knowledge we have today in matters of ultimate meaning, what we have discussed goes to religion. May you follow the evidence to see its conclusion. In our upcoming video, we will explore and examine which out of the main types of religions, Abrahamic, East Asian, and Indian religions, are the more plausible ones to answer the meaning of life. We invite you to join us on this journey of exploration and examination. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and share this video with your friends and family. We also encourage you to comment respectfully and share your thoughts on this profound topic. Stay tuned for our next video, where we delve deeper into these fascinating perspectives on the meaning of life. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to discussing this topic with you.